Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Guru Gauravani Pracharya Vishesha Sundari Pashtacha He Guru Jnanada Dinabandhu Sanandada Purana Sindhu Vindavana Sindhu Bhavata Prasida Radha Pranaya Prachara Vairagya Vidyana Bhakti Yoga Shasana Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Bhujavastava Vande Nanda Putashari Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nichoti Prasadat Sarvati Shastra Pradekata Nityananda Mahamani Sarvananda Karantaram Harinama Kadam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Panchapapati Krishna Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo. So before speaking, I'd like to offer my obeisances millions of times at the lotus feet of my beloved spiritual master, ACBSM, Srila Prabhupada, and to all his beloved God brothers, and in particular, the Tirtha Vishnu Srila Bhakti Pramod Goswami Maharaj, to beloved grandsons of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Maharaj, and offer my respectful pranam to all of you. So I'd like to continue the topic that Srila Bhadayan Maharaj was very nicely explaining. Sanyas technically means satnyasa. Satnyasa means to sacrifice for the benefit of the absolute truth. Who is? By Krishna. To sacrifice for Krishna. And Krishna says, first verse, 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Anashritya karma phalam. This is his definition, Lord's definition of sannyas. Anashritya karma phalam, karyam karma karoti ja. Sasannyasi cha yogi cha, na niragnya vichakriya. He says, who is a sannyasi? First thing, anashritya karma phalam. He doesn't take shelter of the fruits of work. In a modern context, what does that mean? Paycheck. People think, I'm working, I've got money. All my problems can be solved by money. This isn't Krishna's definition of sannyas. It's anashritya. Ashritya, there's no shelter in the material world except Krishna. This is the first proposal of sannyas. There's no shelter in money. Money can't solve your problems. Rather, money is a source of so much anxiety. Bhagavatam explains it's a source of lust, of greed, of anger, of fear. Money is a source of our trouble. It's always a problem. If you don't have money, that's a big problem, no? Big problem. You can't pay your bills. And if you have money, you think, how will I keep it? The government wants it. The thieves want it. My family wants it. My relatives want it. How will I hold on to money? My esteemed godbrother, Srila Govinda Maharaj used to say, money is brighter than sunshine, sweeter than honey. Money, money, money. But what is money? It's pieces of paper. In Kali Yuga, even money has no value. We should recall back a few years ago when they did demonetization. You should have seen all the wallahs in Loy Bazaar. They're like, oh my God. Because they've got trunks full of money they can't spend and they can't deposit in the bank. They were throwing cases of money in Jamuna because it's just paper. Can you eat it if you're hungry? What is it? It's a piece of paper. We think money, these pieces of paper, especially the pink ones, very nice. Collect those pink pieces of paper. Then my life is very perfect. This is all deep ignorance. What are the real assets in life? We require food, we require water, we require clothes, we require shelter, association. Shastra says, Gavaya Dhanavan. Real asset is cows and land. Bhagavatam says, Sarva kama dugamahi, all man's necessities of life come from the earth. This is, people say this is a kurta. It is a kurta, I'm wearing a kurta, but it is cotton. Where does cotton come from? The earth. Where does polyester come from? Everything, all man's necessities come from dirt. The air we breathe comes from dirt. The trees exhale oxygen and they inhale carbon dioxide. We exhale carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen. Symbiotic relationship between the whole world. Beautifully created by Krishna. He is supplying the necessities of every living being. Ishavasamidam sarvam jakkincha jagatam jagat tena chaktena bunjita magridaha kasyasiddhanam. This is peace proposal. That Krishna is the proprietor and his tena chaktena bunjita. He is supplying all man's necessities. It's already arranged. That people are mad after money. And they think their life is successful if they have money. But the whole show can be over in a heartbeat. A close friend of mine, he's a very successful businessman. He and his wife traveled to California. They were living in the state of Colorado, Midwest United States. And they decided to travel to California to observe his wife's father's birthday. So they're sitting at the table, happy birthday, cake, ice cream, happy time. In a moment, happy time became most grief-stricken time. His wife fell out of the chair, dead. Like that, dead. Cerebral hemorrhage. This is the material world. Can money solve this problem? Can money solve the problem of death, disease, old age? It can't solve any problem. We need money to live. But people, instead of working to live, they live to work, to accumulate money. So Krishna's first proposition of sannyas is anashritya karma phalam. Don't take shelter of karma phalam, the results of your work. People work like dogs and hogs, and donkeys, laboring hard. For what? For money. So they can enjoy sense gratification. So Krishna's first proposition, his definition of sannyas, anashritya karma phalam. But karya karma kurochija. You're obliged to work according to your karma. We're obliged to work. Krishna says, even I'm working. If I don't work, the whole world is put into ruination. I'm also working. But what is Krishna's work? He's dancing with gopis. He's sporting with, teasing and sporting and laughing and joking and eating with the cowherd boys. And the whole material creation, whole spiritual creation is going on effortlessly. Like Mr. Ambani. He's a very wealthy man, but is he in the factory working? No. Everything's going on by his power. So something like that. So we're obliged to work. Karyam karma means our obligatory work. We're obliged to do that. And that happens in relationship to our ashram. If we say everyone is a sannyasi, that's true. If you offer the fruits of your work to Krishna. This is sannyasa, satnyasa. Does that mean everyone's a sannyasi? Why should we distinguish? Why should we put saffron robe on one person and give him danda and bow down to him, serve him, carefully serve him? If everyone's a sannyas, why do we make this distinction? Because there's distinctions according to ashram. This is varnashram. In Bhagavatam we read atak pumbir dvija sheshta varnashrama vibhagasa sanushtitasya dharmasya sansirir haritoshanam. Sanushtitasya dharmasya means one's own individual dharma. We're not mayavadis, it's not all the same. Is sannyasa dharma the same as mother's dharma? They're different. But they're the same. Sansirir haritoshanam. The perfection is to please Krishna. In this way, a mother changing diapers, cooking for her husband, cleaning the home, worshipping the deity, can be topmost sannyasi. But we don't give her danda. We don't put her in saffron robe. There's different shelter for everyone. And the the way to find that ashram that is suitable for you is where you can fight Maya. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a nice story of Gajendra Moksha. Gajendra, the elephant, is attacked by a crocodile. Crocodile is very, very powerful in the water. He's a big tail and he's very powerful. Elephant's very powerful on the land, but he's not so powerful in the water. They can swim, but they're not very powerful because they have a very bulky body. So the crocodile attacks Gajendra and the big tussle goes on for 1,000 years. And the purport to this story, my Guru Maharaj explains, that one should find that situation in life where one can fight the crocodile of Maya. In Grihastha, one person in Grihastha ashram may be very bad Grihastha, but excellent sannyasi. And bad sannyasi may be excellent Grihastha. So we have to find that situation, swanushthitasya, dharmasya. Find that situation in life where we feel comfortable. When sannyas ashram is specifically meant for devotees who want to give 100% of their time and energy to preaching Krishna Bhakti. This sannyas ashram is created by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. There was no danda and sacred thread and sannyas saffron garb. Everyone was Babaji. During the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, everyone just put on Babaji Vesh. This was sannyas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada created this sannyas for the purpose of preaching Krishna Bhakti. Everyone can preach. Everyone should preach. But sannyas ashram is specifically meant for 100% dedication to traveling and preaching Krishna Bhakti. Because Grihastha has so many responsibilities. This is also legitimate ashram. 7 out of 5, 7 out of 12 of our Mahajans are Grihasthas. Shall we tell Lord Shiva, when are you going to take sannyas? Manu, when are you going to see her in Maya? What is a Shatarupa? Give up Shatarupa and take sannyas. Every devotee's life is sannyas because they offer the fruits of their work to Krishna. Karyam karma karotija. They serve, they offer the fruits of their labor. Whatever comes to them, we offer for the satisfaction of Krishna. Why? Because it's His. He's a proprietor. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. Everything is controlled and owned by Him. So we give everything to Him. This is sannyas. So this ashram designations are there for our strength in Krishna Bhakti. Brahmachari isn't necessary. He may become a sannyasi, but many brahmacharis decide, I'm just comfortable being brahmachari. I don't want all the fanfare, the respect, the responsibility of sannyas. So they remain brahmachari. Most brahmacharis get married, natural thing. The point is, everyone can be sannyasi in the context of this definition, anashitya karma phalam. Don't take shelter of karma phalam, the results of activity. Offer to Krishna, this is sannyas. That last part of the verse explains. Sasannyasi cha yogi cha. Krishna says someone who does like this, they're a sannyasi, they're a yogi. Not sasannyasi, na-niragnim, na-chakriya. Not the person who lights no fire and performs no work. Mayavad sannyasis think, now I've become Narayan because I've renounced the world. This is foolishness. On 2 counts, foolishness. First of all, nothing is ours to renounce. What is ours? If I walk into a bank and I stand up in a chair, attention everyone, I renounce all the money in this bank. Money in your pocket, you can keep your wallet, keep your watch, keep your wedding ring, all the money in the drawer and the bank vault, it's all yours, I renounce it. They say you're crazy, get out of here. They'll throw you out the door because you're a crazy man. And if you come in with a gun and say, give me all the money, you go to jail. for a very long time. The money is not ours to take, it's not ours to renounce. You can do business with a bank, you can walk in, you can make a deposit, you can make a withdrawal. In the same way, nothing in this world belongs to us. So what is the question of renunciation? What is the question of renunciation? This is called Falgu Vairagya. Anasakyasya vishayan yataran ubhayanjita nirbandha Krishna sambandhe Falgum Vairagya katyate. Rupa Goswami's definition. False renunciation means to give up something that could be used for Krishna's satisfaction. Some bogi sannyasis, you try and give them money. No. Or sannyasis saying, no, give more. Give more. But they're not keeping for themselves. They're using to build temples, publish books, distribute prasadam, travel and preach Krishna Bhakti. Not Falgu. Nothing is ours to take, and nothing is ours to renounce. Everything's a property of the Lord. So we use everything for His satisfaction. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada exemplified this principle. You see him, sannyasis of his time were forbidden to wear shoes. No shoes, just uttariya, dhoti, dhanda, bas. You see a picture of him, beautifully tailored, woolen coat and leggings and patent leather shoes, riding in Model T Ford car. Unheard of. Unheard of. But why? For his satisfaction? No. To preach Krishna Bhakti. Because this is also duty of Guru. Maharaj is making out of his humility, he's saying, I'm just bogus sannyasi. Because I'm sleeping in a bed, I'm eating nice food. This is disciples' duty. And Guru's duty is to accept on behalf of Guru Parampara. He's very happy sleeping on the floor. He slept on the floor most of his life, eating simple food most of his life. He's a brahmachari renunciate, serving his Guru. Hand and foot serving his Guru. Who is served? Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj more than Srila Bhakti Bodhayama. He's very happy, simple life. But on behalf of Guru Parampara, he accepts the service of disciples. This is the position of Guru. Internally, this is not for me. I offer everything to my Guru. This is the position of Guru. And this is renunciation. So, like na-niragnir, na-chakriya. Someone who stops doing something doesn't make him sannyasi. Second count, they say, Om Narayanaya. The sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis, Om Narayanaya, Om Narayanaya. They see everyone as Narayan. You renounce the world, you become Narayan. One of my godbrothers, Achyutananda Prabhu, told a nice story. Two Mayavadis are making chapatis. Like this, on the fire making chapati. That dog comes and runs off with the chapati. Oh, come back, Narayan! There's no ghee on your chapati. Is this proper thought process? Is the dog also Narayan? Everyone's Narayan, everything's Narayan? If everyone's Narayan, what is the meaning to Narayan? They say, oh, he's Daridra Narayan, foolishness. How does Lakshmi Pati become Daridra? He's Lakshmi Pati, he's Vaikuntha not. Vaikuntha Pati. How does he become Daridra? But they say, oh, you're Daridra Narayan. It's all foolishness. So, just by renouncing the world and ceasing work, do we become liberated? Do we become sannyasi? Krishna says no. And by lighting no fire, grihastha ashram means we deal with fire. What are they doing in here? They're lighting fire and they're cooking. Grihastha life means you have your kitchen, right? We have our kitchen, we do swaha, swaha, swaha. We have grihastha life means we have a relationship with fire, we have a home. So to have no home, to light no fire, to have no relationship with fire, does this mean you become sannyasi? No. Some of the best sannyasis in whole Gaudiya Math were the best cooks also. Cooking for Krishna. Everything for Krishna. Cooking for Krishna. Eating for Krishna. Preaching for Krishna. Renouncing for Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. This is sannyas. There's no other meaning to sannyas. So we should understand this very carefully. What is the position of a guru? He's not bhogi, because he accepts the service of his disciples. He's doing so on behalf of parampara. But out of humility, they say, oh, I'm a bhogi sannyasi. This is real sannyasi, who doesn't think I'm a sannyasi. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Naham vipro nacha narapatir napi vaishyo nasudro nahim varnacha nacha grihapatir varasto yatirva kintu prodya nikila paramananda param pradhabdir gopi bhartu padakamalayor dasa dasa anudasa. Because I'm not a grihastha, I'm not a sannyasi, vanaprastha brahmachari, I'm not a brahmin, I'm not a kshatriya, I'm not a vaishya, I'm not a shudra. What am I? Gopi bhartu padakamalayor dasa dasa anudasa. I'm simply the servant of Gopi Bhartu, Krishna, 100 times removed servant of Krishna. If we think like this, if we're able to think like that, this is sannyas mentality. Servant of the servant of the servant. So this is deep subject matter, and we should contemplate this very carefully. This is one of the essential teachings of whole Gaudiya Math. What is sannyas? Grihastha sannyas. And if we go back to Godhead from Grihastha ashram, or we go back to Godhead from sannyas ashram, what does it matter? We're going back to Krishna. What did Bhaktivinoda Thakur say? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Manasa deho geho yog kitchumor, arpilam tuapade nande kishore. This is perfect sannyas. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur never took sannyas. He went directly, Babaji went to Nirjan Bhajan, locked himself, didn't see anyone, just did chanting Harinam. But Manasa, Deho, Geho, my mind, my body, my home, Yo Kichumor, whatever little bit I call my own, I offer to you, Om Nandi Kishore. This is perfect sannyas. And we should understand this very carefully, and we should preach this idea to the world, so they may understand for their benefit. Vancha Kopati Vishwa Kripa Sindhu Vicha Pati Pranam Param Vishnu Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.